This video is sponsored by RKTF University, Radisson Blue.
Good morning, I'm Tusha Agarwal. You're watching News Flash. Today is the 1st of July and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. BCCI Secretary Jay Shah announced a prize of Rs 125 crore for Rohit Sharma-led Team India after their T20 World Cup victory in Barbados on Saturday. India defeated South Africa by 7 runs in a thrilling finale, marking their first ICC trophy win since the 2013 Champions Trophy. Firefighters were battling a series of wildfires near the Greek capital Athens on Sunday afternoon as the country braces for another scorching summer. Greece faces a tough wildfire season after its warmest winter and earliest heat wave on record, with temperatures hitting 44 degrees Celsius. French voters turned out in record numbers on Sunday for the first round of snap parliamentary elections, which could see Marine Le Pen's far-right National Rally Party take power for the first time. President Emmanuel Macron called for snap elections after the RN thrones his centrist party in the recent European Parliament elections. Team India players are likely to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi after their T20 World Cup triumph in the West Indies. The BCCI officials are planning a meetup with most players expected to attend except for Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shivam Dube. China's first commercial space launch site, situated in Hainan province, has achieved readiness for rocket launches, announced the construction site headquarters on Sunday. Thousands of Jewish ultra-Orthodox men clashed with Israeli police in central Jerusalem on Sunday, protesting a Supreme Court order to enlist for military service. This landmark decision could jeopardize Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's governing coalition as Israel continues its conflict in Gaza. Ravindra Jadeja announced his retirement from T20s on Sunday after India clinched the T20 World Cup 2024 title by defeating South Africa in the final. Now Jadeja follows fellow veterans Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in retiring from the shortest format of international cricket. 20 detainees, including some accused of terrorism, escaped from a prison in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir on Sunday. Officials reported that one inmate was killed in the crossfire during the escape. The inmates had a revolver they used to hold a sanitary hostage, said Budar Munir, an official with the Regional Ministry of Interior. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Sunday met Qatar's Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman bin Jassim Al Thani in Doha and reviewed bilateral relationship with a focus on political, trade, investment, energy, technology, culture and people-to-people ties. At least 18 people were killed and 30 injured, including 19 seriously, in coordinated attacks by suspected female suicide bombers in Woza, northwestern Nigeria on Saturday, local authorities said. It is time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
इस तरह आरकेटीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। RKDF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
Hurricane Beryl is expected to strengthen into a powerful Category 4 storm as it nears the southeast Caribbean. Government officials have urged residents to take shelter, leading to shutdowns across the region. Hurricane warnings are in effect in Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban announced a new alliance with Austria's far-right Freedom Party and the Czech opposition party on Sunday. The alliance aims to attract more partners and become the largest right-wing group in the European Parliament. Myanmar's central bank denied a UN report claiming the military government can still access funds and weapons for its war against anti-coup forces, stating that financial institutions under its supervision adhere to prescribed procedures. Chinese President Xi Jinping is set to embark on a state visit to Kazakhstan and Tajikistan starting Tuesday, it as announced by China's Foreign Ministry on Sunday. Now, Xi's visit underscores Beijing's intensified diplomatic engagements in Central Asia aimed at deepening economic ties following a regional summit hosted by China last May, which saw participation from several Central Asian leaders. Fighting continued to rage between Sudan's military and a notorious paramilitary group in a city in a central province, officials said on Sunday, opening yet another front in a 14-month war that has pushed the African country to the brink of famine. The Liberal Democrats are advocating tactical voting in the upcoming British elections to counter Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Conservative Party. Now, tactical voting involves supporting candidates who have a better chance of defeating a particular opponent rather than solely based on one's first choice, with the aim of preventing the election of a specific candidate. A woman and 2 children drowned in a waterfall close to the backwater of Vushi Dam in Pune's Lonavala area on Sunday, while 2 children in the 4 to 9 age group are missing, a police official said. The Tata Institute of Social Sciences (TISS) has reportedly dismissed over 100 staffers across its 4 campuses due to financial constraints. Among those affected are 55 teachers and 60 non-teaching staff members from campuses in Mumbai, Tujipur, Hyderabad and Guwahati. The Delhi High Court is likely to pronounce on Monday its order on bail pleas of VRS leader K. Kavita in the corruption and money laundering cases linked to the alleged excise policy scam. General Upendra Dwivedi has taken over as the Indian Army's new chief following the retirement of General Manoj C. Pandey on Sunday. Dwivedi took charge as the new chief of the Army staff. Prior to his promotion to General and the Army chief, Dwivedi was serving as the vice chief of the Army staff. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Ritu.